Are you tired of searching through countless sports betting sites to find the best odds and deals? Look no further than BetStamp, the ultimate tool for sports bettors.
BetStamp is your all-in-one platform for sports betting with real-time odds and analysis from top sportsbooks in the industry. With BetStamp, you'll never miss a beat when it comes to finding the best deals and maximizing your winnings.
BetStamp also provides advanced features such as bankroll tracking and betting trends, so you can make informed decisions and stay ahead of the game. And with their user-friendly interface and personalized alerts, you'll always be in control of your bets and never miss out on a winning opportunity.
BetStamp allows you to follow other users to be instantly notified they are tracking their picks. Following winning users in the BetStamp pick marketplace is a great way to find new bets.
So why wait? Download BetStamp now using the code DIEHARDS and take your betting game to the next level. The odds are ever in your favor. So our third series in the Eastern Conference, let's do the New Jersey Devils versus the New York Rangers. And we can start with Sufi on this one.
Devils in 7.
And your reasoning?
Well, no, we'll go through everyone.
Oh, Devils in 7. Okay. Evan, you?
Let me just check what I put. I don't remember.
Okay, while you're checking, I went New York Rangers in 7.
I have Rangers in 6.
Oh, Rangers in 6. All right.
This is
I think for me, I'll go first. Okay. So for me, I think they're both very good teams, evidently. Like they place decently well. But I think the experience and goaltending of the Rangers are what matters. I think both teams have phenomenal offenses. I think defensively, the Devils probably have a better defensive core, but I think the Rangers have a pretty like a pretty solid core, I would say, but they have probably the best defenseman in the series, being Adam Fox, which is a big thing. So, but Igor Shesterkin is way better than Vanecek. Like, it's not even close. Yeah. So, for me, I think the experience of people like Panarin, who's been in the playoffs multiple years over his career, Kane, who's been a guy who's been a playoff performer for years and years, Kreider, who's probably made the playoffs every single time the Rangers have made it over the past 10 years, whatever it is. I think that experience is the reason that they beat them. I think there will be close games. Like I could see a double overtime, triple overtime game going with these teams. Like maybe even a couple times. So I don't think it's going to be like a 6 and like the games they won, the Devils maybe shouldn't have. I think there will be competitive games, but I think just the amount of like probably playoff games played from big players on the Rangers is going to be the deciding factor.
I don't disagree with a lot of that. It's just for me, offensively, at 5-on-5, the Devils are much better, and the Raiders have had this issue for a couple of years now. And the offense that they did add in Kane and Tarasenko are both players that are excelling pretty much solely on power play in the last couple of years, especially this year for Kane. And defensively, they're both non-factors. And then defensively too, like Fox is the best defenseman in the series and probably like top 3 in the league. I think most of us would say, but the depth that the Devils have, I think overshadows the depth of the Rangers. And I think when it comes down to it, by game 7, we're going to have a lot more Devils players factoring in than Rangers players. I think you're going to need really good performances from like the stars of the Rangers. And yes, they've had the experience and stuff, but if anyone really falters, then I think that it's going to be too much for them to overcome. I think that the goaltending is fair. Like Shesterkin is insane. He hasn't been as good this year as he was last year. And
it's hard to be as good as he was last year.
Yeah. But I mean, like he's been like good this year. He hasn't been great. He hasn't been anywhere near last year. So if he turns it on the playoffs and then we go from there, but I don't know if that's going to be able to overshadow a lot of the inconsistencies that the Rangers have at 5-on-5, especially with the addition of Meyer, who I think in the playoffs is going to be like, he's kind of built for the playoffs, which we really haven't seen, from him because he's been on bad San Jose teams for the last couple of years, but just the way he plays is built for playoffs. And I think that we're going to see like the start of kind of a little bit of a legacy forming for these young Devils players, because I think there's going to be a good team for a long time. So
I want the Devils to win. I just don't think they will. I think, sure, Timo Meyer can be built for playoff hockey, but I just think any good playoff player, you need a little bit, like, you need to dip your toes in. Like, no, very rarely is a young player you step in first year, even if you're a great player and you are hella flipping effective in the playoffs, and like one of your teams.
He's like 26.
No, I know, but he hasn't had that yet. So my point being, like, I think if this could be a year where like the Devils get a taste, and then next year they come back even stronger. And I think the Rangers got to the Eastern Conference Finals last year, being a power play team still, and they're a better team than they were last year.
So I agree with.
I just don't think experience is like the given,
Yeah.
right? Like I don't.
Well,
think
look at Omar. He's so smart.
I don't think
he's old as hell.
I don't think that like just because like you've done it before, that someone that's new to the game won't do it better than you the first time they try. Like I think that's more like that's definitely possible. Like I think that the Devils have enough surefire talent that it can translate right away in the playoffs. I don't think they're going to have any short of like motivation playing at New York, because I think that in itself is like a series that like has the most animosity in it just because of where they're located.
Okay, so I'll agree with some of what both of you said. I picked Rangers in 7 because, like Evan said, I think this is going to be a great learning and experience opportunity for the Devils. But I think the Rangers, they went to round 3 last year. They added a couple of pretty experienced playoff players. Shesterkin, even if he didn't have the same year as he did last year, he still went to round 3 last year. And he's seen what round 1, round 2, round 3. Like I think he's ready for the playoffs. What I will say about the Devils is they remind me a little bit of like the Leafs from a few years ago, whereas like they play a very skill game, and that skill game is really nice, and they score a lot of goals. Like yeah, they're 5-on-5, they're better than the Rangers and stuff, but are they going to translate well to the physicality of the playoffs?
Isn't that the Rangers game though? The Rangers game is purely skill game. They score on the play.
Yeah, but they have like
power play.
Yeah, but I would say they have more of like they have more experience in like the physical game of the playoffs still. Like
you're just saying the same thing that he said with experience though.
That's
like
what,
the thing is like in terms of just like heaviness or physicality, the Devils have more of that than the Rangers do by quite a bit. What kind of physical players can you name? Their entire third line on the Rangers is a bunch of children that are soft.
Yeah, Barclay Goodrow, Stanley Cup champion. Tarasenko, Stanley Cup champion. Patrick Kane, Stanley Cup champion.
That was also
McLeod, right? Graves. They have Palat, but it's not really a tough guy.
Graves is not tough.
Graves
is just big.
But his whole thing is built on tough. What are you talking about? That's the only reason
he's just big.
Okay.
I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm going Rangers for that reason, because they've got the experience.
They used to have Ryan Reeves, so they're tough.
And I think they'll still play that game better than the Devils will. I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, I said 7 games.
I guess we'll see.
But yeah, we'll see. But I'm gonna pick. I think the Devils are gonna be like Suvi said, they're gonna be a great team like from now on for a while, and they're gonna do really well. I just don't know if this is the year they're gonna do that well in the playoffs, is what I'm saying.
I think this is also like a tough first round matchup for both teams. Like this is probably the worst thing that could have happened to either team. Honestly. Yeah. So minus the Bruins, I guess. But
yeah, it's gonna be like they're both great teams, so this could go either way. I'm just giving the edge to the Rangers.